Right, Newcastle on Wednesday. Let's talk about our away form because it's not been perfect. Mr. Howson, what is going on away from home?
We are not picking up the points that we should be picking up. I think you want me to elaborate on that a little bit, but the warning signs was probably there early in the season when Burnley and Leicester both took points off us because, to be fair, newly promoted sides like that, we should be going as Manchester United and taking the maximum 3 places like that. It's not improved, and I don't know if that's the way Louis van Gaal's setting us up or it's the mentality of the team, but I think that loss at Leicester has probably made him super cautious, and it's not really paying off for us because we've been pretty awful away from home.
Okay, clearly there's a problem, but what is it? Why isn't it working away from home, Mr. McCullough?
Well, I think we're happy to just keep the possession a lot of the times. As Howson said, we're very cautious, and when we're just keeping the ball, teams are happy to sit back and allow us to keep the ball in front of them and just nick it off us and hit us on the break. If you look at some of the games that we've had, Burnley, Villa, Swansea, Stoke, we've just struggled to score, struggled to create chances, and it's not been good enough. Even our victories away from home against Southampton and Arsenal were very, very lucky. I think Robin van Persie had, 2 touches and he scored with both of them, or something crazy like that. So we haven't performed well enough. We haven't created enough opportunities, and at times we've been defensively weak as well. So it's just not been good enough away from home, has it?
No, it hasn't. Mr. Sweeney, where do you stand on this? What do you think is the problem? Is it that we've got a manager who's underestimating teams, or players that just can't get motivated away from Old Trafford?
I mean, I'm not too sure. I think Howson was spot on, though, with the Leicester game. And I think that goes not just for away from home, but at home as well. I think he's too cautious now. He doesn't want to go for games. And when we've drawn 4 in the last 6, I mean, I think that shows you that surely there was a game in there, aside from what the eye can see, surely there's a game in there that we could have won. You know, and that's another couple of points straight on the board. And away from home, I just don't know if he's sure of these smaller teams and how to play against them. You know, the bigger he's seen Europe, he's seen the players in World Cups, European Championships. But as soon as you start to get a little bit lower down the league, I'm not sure if he knows how to set up against some of these teams and how to actually attack them. But three wins just seems absurd, even with all those things that we've highlighted. It's just a poor effort, isn't it?
So, moving forward, let's talk about our forward, Mr. Rooney. Mr. Howson, how do you feel now he's back in the fold of centre forward? Is he our 20-goal a season striker we need?
I don't think he is a striker. I don't actually know what he is, in all honesty. I like him in midfield because I think he has the engine and the drive that you need, and I think he could have been Brian Robson-esque for us in midfield. But I see the argument of people saying he has to play up front. But I also want to say to the people that say he should play up front that I don't think he's got the agility. I don't think he's got the pace. I don't think he's got the movement to play as an out-and-out number 9. Number 10, I think, suits him absolutely down to the ground. And as we've explored a million times, we've got loads of number 10s. Rooney's the one that's always going to get picked because he's the captain. As for is he going to score us 20 goals a season? Probably. Because he's a world-class player, and he is a world-class player, and I'm glad he's our captain because he plays with his heart on his sleeve, and that's what we need. No one else in the team is playing with that sort of passion.
Mac, don't wait for me to invite you. Jump in. You don't look happy.
No, I was just confused when he said he wasn't a striker because that's where I think his best position is. As a striker, I think he'll get the goals for us there all day long. I think he can work as a midfielder, but I think it would have to be as a 3 when you've got him in there as a midfielder in a central 2. So, yeah, while his passing ability is good and all that, I don't think he's the midfielder we've been crying out for, and I don't think he's anywhere near the new Scholes as some labelled him earlier on in the season. But I do think he needs to play up front for us, especially. But you said, have we got a 20-goal striker? We have got 3 at the club. Van Persie, Falcao, Rooney. There's 3 there. 4, Howson.
Howson's 4. Okay, go on, Howson. Who's the 4th?
As if you want. Hammers Wilson's the 4th.
Of course he is. Right, Mr. Sweeney. We've got one who says Rooney in midfield. We've got one who says up front. Be the one who decides. Be that guy.
Left inside forward.
There you are.
Right in the middle.
Forward.
Right
okay.
in the middle, number 10.
Well, where are you playing him against Newcastle? Give us your team.
I'm playing him up top, actually, though. That being said, I've got McNair at right back. I've got Smalling and Rojo in the middle.
Whoa.
For consistency.
Who's in goal?
Go on. Who's De Gea? Come on.
Slick Vic.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the number 10, and then I'm going to give you 2 centre-halves, then I'll give you the left winger, then I'll tell you who's in net. Then what I'm going to do is go right back. Come on, Adam.
Right, this is
listen, we need...
Right, Sweeney.
Let's please keep it as a given that De Gea is in net while we've still got him.
Okay.
Please.
Mr. Sweeney, please give us your team.
Right, we've got De Gea at the back. We've then got McNair at right back, Smalling, Rojo, and then Young out on the left, because I think when he's been at left back, albeit Shaw's been good, I think Young has been excellent when he's been in there. And just in front of him, I've got Di Maria as well. And I think that the thing about Young that he will give you is when Di Maria wants to drift inside, Young will keep that width and he will keep bombing forward, which Shaw will bomb forward, but he doesn't get the balls in, doesn't get enough crosses in. So Di Maria on the left. I've then got Blint and Herrera in the middle. Januzaj out on the right. Mata just behind Rooney. And then Rooney, as we've just said, just right up top, especially with that goal, the second goal against Sunderland for me, summed up what Falcao has been missing. Whether that's through tactics, whether that's through his own decisions. That goal against Sunderland was something that Falcao's not been giving us. And that was when he played up top. So I think he needs to stay up top for now, at least.
Yeah, not enough tap-ins for you, eh? So, Mr. Howson, what's your team?
Again, Tony Valencia on the right. Luke Shaw on the left. Not sure what his reason for his absence was at weekend, but let's see him back in the team.
A strain or something.
Was it? Hopefully he's back. If he's not, then it'll be Rojo shoved onto the left. But Rojo's my starter. Smalling next to him. I like them two as a pairing. I would like to see more of them. Don't want to get onto Johnny Evans at weekend. Less said about that, the better. In front of them, the sexy duo of Herrera and Blind. Got to be done. We have to base our entire play around those two. I think I seen a stat from Squawka that both of those two was the 2 highest passers in the league this weekend. Well, that says a lot. In front of them, I've got Wayne Rooney in the position that I like him. Juan Mata, because when he came on, things happened at weekend. Januzaj on the left over Di Maria, because Di Maria deserved to be dropped after last weekend, and Januzaj deserves to start after last weekend, and I think you have to reward good play. So Januzaj in over Di Maria, Falcao up front, and he's got to play 90 minutes. He's got to stop being a scapegoat. Okay. Just want to cuddle him.
There we go. Makola, where do you stand on that? Di Maria dropped. Different right backs. It's all going on.
One thing I would say, I've been impressed with Chris Smalling. I was impressed with him on the weekend where he came out of defence with the ball at his feet. And he doesn't look so shaky as Jones and Evans have done. Di Maria, I kind of think Adnan Januzaj should be given an opportunity to start, especially after his good performance against Sunderland when he came on. But at the same time, I want to see Di Maria kind of just put an arm around him, keep him in the team, hopefully give him some confidence, because when we do get him confident, he's one of the best players in the world.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, playing through it. Right, let's talk about Newcastle then. Who, Mr. Howson, is going to do the damage?
Cece's got a lot of goals in not many minutes. It's probably their only threat, really. Janmat's been playing very well for him. Spoken to a Newcastle friend of mine earlier today and got his opinion, and he said Janmat is player of the season by a long way. Yeah, football friend. And he said, bar that, they haven't got anything. They've only got 3 fit defenders, and he expects that we're going to beat them comfortably. I'm not quite that confident, but I do expect us to pick the 3 points up.
Okay, Mr. Sweeney?
Yeah, I mean, exactly the two people. I think that's why we need to make sure we've got someone out on the left that's going to push Janmat back, because he's been a threat all season. And considering their right back's got the most assists for them, I think keep him pushed back. I think against Newcastle, who haven't got much confidence at the minute, like we've said, we've been cautious. That is exactly what we can't be against a team like Newcastle, because they're going to grow into the game if we let them. And if we go at them straight from the off, like we did at Old Trafford, then I think we could bag the points quite easily. But if we get cautious, they could grow into the game, and Cisse can nick your goals like we've seen before.
Okay, Adam Makola, sum it up, Newcastle.
Well, obviously, apart from the obvious threats that have been said, that Perez has looked all right whenever I've seen him on it's only been on highlights on Match of the Day, to be fair, but he's taken a few goals well. Their midfielders, you got Tiote, Colback. You just got to hope that you don't let their fans get into the game, because if they get behind them, they lift them, then they can make it a game. If we can get an early goal, we can take all 3 points here. I'm quite confident. They had Villa the other day, and they only beat them 1-0. Villa haven't got the best confidence. So, and who's their manager?
Okay, right.
What's his name?
Tim Sherwood.
Yeah.
That's right, they have. They've got him.
Not Villa's manager, I meant Newcastle.
Oh, I see. Right, let's forget all about this. Let's talk about predictions. Who got it right last week? Can someone just remind me at the weekend who guessed it was going to be 2-0?
Penalties don't count, mate.
Someone just tell me who thought the score was going to be right. Yeah, this guy. Mr. Howson, tell us your score.
It's going to be 2-1, but before you cut me off, Adam, Newcastle fans aren't going to do anything because they're going to be behind a barrier and in the stands. They're not going to be playing at weekend. So 2-1 United.
Okay, Makola.
3-0 United.
Confident. Mr. Sweeney?
3-1.
3-1.
Same as Old Trafford.
1-0 United. This guy. Cagey affair. Loads of possession.
I'll take that.
Nothing going on. There it is, guys. Thank you very much. Everybody else, let us know what you think the score will be, what you think of Wayne Rooney playing as a centre forward or in midfield, and why you think our away form is so particularly poor. Get it in the comments below. Subscribe to Full Time Devils and enjoy your life. Be good to each other.
What I see out there on the pitch, we would have killed for at times during Sir Alex Ferguson's reign. Some of the players that are out there, Angel Di Maria, Rooney, Falcao, these are players that grace World 11s, not just Premier League 11s or Manchester United 11s,